Today I'm going to be talking on the only two boots that I'm going to be wearing for the next 6 months. Before I get into that, just a little bit of admin. A few days ago we released our custom boots of the week video, which happened to be a barefoot boot in the 𝐿𝐴 XL. We have since then been flooded with emails, but unfortunately this is just a once-off style, but we will look into doing this not anytime this year, but maybe sometime next year. So why am I going to be wearing these two boots for the next 6 months? And that is because I'm entered into the 3rd edition of the Stitchdown Patina Thunderdome. For those unfamiliar to the competition, the idea is to wear a new pair of boots as they were meant to be worn, consistently and lovingly, but at the same time without beating them up too badly. The winners will be judged on the aging of the boots, in particular the leather and the story that ties into how these boots have been worn. So I'm very much looking forward to my journey in these two pairs. Now this isn't just any competition, there's over $40,000 worth of prizes, including a few pairs of gym greens. There's also a trip to Tokyo and a number of other great shoemakers up for grabs. We'll put a link down below if you're interested in participating. So this is the 3rd year of the competition, and last year we even had a pair of our Razorbacks feature in the top 10. Now over in the US and Northern Hemisphere, it is winter and it is boot season. But here in South Africa, it is extremely hot. So in my first year of the competition, I entered a pair of our African Rangers, which was one of the first pairs that we ever made. And we'll put some pictures up of how they aged, and little did we know what a great boot this would become. In my 2nd year of the competition, I entered a pair of our Shoelies, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And being a darker nubuck, it didn't quite age like the lighter leathers, but at the end of the day, it was just a great story and a great shoe that we added to our range. Every year, I go for one of our newer styles and leathers, and this year we're in for something special and something we've been working on for the last 3 months. We were hoping to have these leathers and these boots in stock already, but unfortunately, and as you can see here, there's half-finished boots. We just aren't there yet, and we're not happy to release the leathers or the products to the world. So I've already started my competition in a pair of barefoot African Rangers. I've been wearing these 3 days, and now many of you may have seen this leather. We've been teasing around with it on the channel on the odd occasion, but it is a natural veg tan, whereas the rest of this boot is our standard barefoot spec, which means there's the leather midsole, the resin runner, and then our recently introduced anvil sole to the range. Being a veg tan leather, these boots have been eating into my ankles these first 3 days, but they are starting to soften up. But you can already see here how the oils are starting to come through and how the bellows tongue is already taking to the boot. Now one thing you're going to notice about the boots in front of us is where is the traditional gym green laces. And we've been listening to a number of our customers, and we have decided with these more subtle branded boots is that we're going to tie in our laces with the leather. Now we're still going to be offering our green laces on the website along with various other colors, and they're not going to be at a huge price, so people can add them to their cart and swap and change as they like. We understand that not everyone can walk into the office with green laces, so for these more subtly branded boots, they will be coming with matching laces. So on our natural veg tan, they're going to be coming with an olive green, and on our veg tan brown, which I think we are calling hazelnut, if I'm correct, is going to be coming with a matching brown lace. So this natural veg tan is just 3 days of wear, but now I'm going to show you a pair that I've been wear testing over our winter for the past 3 months. And that is a take on this boot to the left here. Now I wouldn't judge this leather compare it to this one, because what I've also been doing on this pair is playing around with various different polishes. So we are working on a natural in-house polish for our boots. So I would say this will be plus minus what these boots are going to look like in a couple months time, although this is all going to depend on how I treat these. Now I'm thinking I'm not going to polish them at all, just go 6 months straight and see how the leather looks, and then we can reference back to this pair. Although this pair has had a number of coats of various different kinds of polish, and Personally, I actually quite like how they're turning out. So now onto the second pair, and this year's competition slightly different, and that is you are actually allowed to enter a second pair. Now right now this pair is not finished, and many of you are asking when is this boot going to be ready, and we are more eager to release it than you guys. And we, as you can see here, the sole and the mold for the sole is just not ready. This is one of the final versions of the sole mold. This is actually a piece of wood, but it'll give you a bit of a sneak peek and idea to what we're going to be applying to this boot. We're going to be referring to the sole as our frog grip sole, and it's designed to give the boot a more heritage look. Many of you will be familiar with the upper of this boot, and that is because it is a variation of our Baobab boot. Basically what we've done here is taken the Baobab upper and we've toned it down a little bit and added the toe cap. We've also gone with the triple stitch around the boot, which finishes it off really nicely. So in this boot, we're going to be running the natural veg tan and our hazelnut brown, and we're also going to be looking to run our lug sole on this boot. We've had a number of requests to run this exact boot on the two different sole options. So when it eventually does get released and is in stock, there's going to be the two options to choose from. So what I just said might sound a little bit confusing, and that's because this boot actually doesn't have a name yet. So if you guys have any suggestions on what we should call this boot, you can leave your comment down below, and at the same time let us know your thoughts on the frog grip sole. So we will give you an update in 6 months time as to how the boots wear. We'll also be posting regular pictures on our social channels, but what I'm most excited about is how this pair of barefoot boots is going to age, because this is going to be my daily go-to and adventure boot. Now this boot, no name boot, is going to be slightly different. As I mentioned, extremely hot here in South Africa at the moment, so this is only going to be for those formal events, and I will be in the United States over January for about a 2-week period, so I'll be wearing it then. But I think what I'm going to do here is treat these ones like they should be treated, polish them up and take good care of them, whereas these ones I'm going to use as my beaters. So thanks very much for watching, and please chaps, can you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and I'm looking forward to hearing what names you come up with for this new boot.